Libation is your interpretation of giving back or conjuring up your ancestors so we can have a beautiful evening, a memorable evening. That's so important. So now what I want to do is I want everybody to just have a moment of silence for those people that didn't make it to 2017. We lost a lot of important people over that journey, over that voyage from Africa here. We lost a lot of people last year. We lost a lot of people 50 years ago. So I just want y'all, whoever you're thinking about, just take a moment to think about that person that meant a lot to you, that you would want to be here with spirit with us tonight. So as I pour the water into the plant, it symbolizes growth. So 10 seconds of silence, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Lyons. I appreciate you. First of all, I'd like to thank the superintendent, the board. Appreciate y'all for inviting me tonight. Special thanks to my brother Moore. Got his bow tie on tonight, looking sharp. I appreciate you, Moore. Lastly, Ms. Cheryl Butler, thank you so much. And I want, Al Miller, could you stand up, my father, before I get started? His birthday was last week, 80 years young. Just a little background about me. I'm from Orange. I grew up in Orange, right near Orange Park. Played a lot of ball. Some people say, oh, so did you play ball? Yes, I went to Orange High, went to Rutgers University on scholarship to play basketball. Tragedy struck. I had a spinal condition called stenosis, and I was paralyzed my freshman year. I played for like a month. That was it. Played for a month. Rutgers was nice enough to keep me on scholarship. My parents were cool with that. They said, all right, cool. So I stayed till I finished, came back to Orange. They had a program called Brotherhood. And they asked me, said, Miller, would you like to come and do Brotherhood, you know, some mentor class, like a class within the school just for guys. And I was young, I was like, okay, let me check it out. I'm from Orange. I was getting a lot of love from Orange because, you know, athletes, if you was all state, went to Rutgers, this and that, the hood loved you. And it's cool, I appreciate it. So I went, and I like to tell the story. That's something that changed my life. I was there for about 3 weeks doing the Brotherhood. I'm from Orange, I'm young, and there was one kid, I'm gonna call him Johnny. And this is like 95, around there 94. Johnny was in the 8th grade, he was at risk, he was getting in trouble. He was a good kid, but you know the but. He was a good kid, but. And his mother was a fiend. She was on drugs. And his father abandoned him. So he came to me within 2 weeks of me doing the program. He said, Miller, let me use your phone. I want to call my father. I'm going to go live with him. He lived in North Carolina. So I'm new. I'm like, hey, Al 9, call your father. Cool, I'll be right out here in the office. I'm right outside the office. So he came out of the office about 30 seconds later. This was a tough kid. Came out of the office crying. And I'm like, whoa, what happened? So I said, what's going on? I said, Tommy, what's up? He said, Miller, my father told me I have another family. Don't call me anymore. Click. And I said, wow, it struck me that what I'm doing is so important for young people, especially young males, especially young minority males. They need the help. I knew that brother was going to go 2 ways. Either he was going to go to the left and do well, or go to the right and act up. Unfortunately, he went to the right. Right now, he's 37 years old, he's been shot, he's been stabbed, and I always think about him, and it pushes me to keep doing what I'm doing. So 20 years later of doing that program, I work with over 2,000 young brothers in Orange, and they're all over the place. It's weird, when I go anywhere in the state, the malls, whatever, hey Miller, what's up, Miller, cool? And that pushes me to keep doing what I'm doing, because I'm teaching them life skills. Sex, drugs, religion, anger, depression. We go over it all. We talk about it all. And coming here today for Black History Month, I can talk about the Fannie Lou Hamers, the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's. We can go on and on. But to be honest, one thing King said was, and I always believe in this, because I'm a simple, humble guy. King talked about serving your community. And he talked about you don't need to be the brightest, the richest, the smartest. You don't need your PhD to serve. Any simple person can serve. Young people, my brothers in the back, listen to me good, because when I was coming up, I sat where you were not long ago. Not long. You blink, 30 years go by quick, believe it or not. And it's like, what will you do? What is your purpose? And that's why I'm here tonight to talk about things like purpose. What is our calling? We're in a unique situation here in West Orange. Very unique. Trust me. I remember my older brother was fortunate. My father there, he moved with my cousins. My father wanted him to get a better education. I'm not mad. He said my brother, he lived right across the street. 1970, graduated from Mountain High School right here. The reason why I like this place also is where I got my first dunk. I dunked on my brother back my freshman year. We was playing around up here. I was like, wow. So I'm always indebted to this place, and I know what it means to a lot of us. But we have to take advantage of our resources. There's a group, and I know the country is going through some things, but there's a group, the bourgeoisie and the proletariats, poor, the rich. We have a lot of affluent black people doing well in America, in West Orange. My message always been with Talented 10, that book back in the 1920s and 30s. The boys wrote about the Talented 10. You will always have 10% of black people will be doing fantastic. 90 gonna struggle. 90 gonna struggle. I struggle. I'm rich inside. Outside I'm not. So I know about the struggle, but if we don't collectively, those people that's doing well, got the house, got the nice job, you comfortable, you have to reach down. You can't forget from where you came, and you have to reach down and pull those who need that extra hand. That's what mentoring is. Reaching down that extra hand. It's guys that come to me sometimes, trust me, I'm not blowing my horn up here at all, but there are times when I see young men and I saw, yo, he was a freshman, he's acting up, but I still love him. Them gang members, I still love them because I know the light gonna come on. Sometimes the light don't come on when they're 15. Sometimes the light come on when you're 30. And that's what it is, but in between 15 and 30, who's giving them love? And who shut the door in their face? Who said I'm done with him? Trust me, it's not easy. But when you have CEOs and people that can do things with just signing a signature, we can build a playground. We can have a civic center. But up here in West Orange, y'all have a lot of advantages. Fellas, you have to take advantage of this. Now, some of us, to my young people, some of us come to West Orange, keep it 100. Some of y'all moved up here and said, this corny, man. Ain't nothing to do. This ain't like down the hill. Y'all ask me to speak, I'm gonna keep it real. I used to talk that. I used to sit right on my street, in front of my father's house and say, man, we tapping our foot, man, it's boring, man, it's corny, nothing to do. You know corny is so cool right now in your community? I wish Orange was corny right now. I go to the funerals, these young brothers, they're sharp. I'm talking to the mothers. That's the worst thing about a young person, that life was just wasted. He joined that gang, he got killed. But talking to that mother for 30 minutes on Main Street, and I can't walk, hey, how you doing, Miller? She's just coming to me crying. I can't say, all right, I know, I prayed for him. No, I gotta sit there and console her and talk to her and let her know it's gonna be okay. But all that do is fuel me to do as much as I can do in my community. What else can I do? I'm gonna try it. Whatever it is, I'm doing it. I don't care. Miller, I don't think we can have a silent protest on Central Avenue. Why not? I'm not sexist, but I work with the young men, ladies. I'm always with the young guys. Fellas, let's go. And I remember we lined up Central Playground with signs, stop the violence. I love Orange. And these young men, and the reason why I get young men early, so I just want to tap them on the shoulder mentally. To say, look, man, you have to go to college. I'm not the guy that say college ain't for everybody. My father didn't tell me that. My mother told me, oh, you going. That's from the, when we grew up, that's what you heard. Oh, you going. Wasn't no, well, Dad, I'm thinking about going to, no, you're going. Because as a minority, that's just ammunition. That's what you need. You have to be equipped with everything you need. So if you get that degree on the wall, because a lot of rich people who write books and say college ain't for everybody, they probably win. The same scholars that's out there talking, well, let's do this and let's have this program. No, you have to go. And I like to instill that in young men. I tell young men all the time, fellas in the back, I need at least 2 graduations from you. From this building, make this your alma mater, and Rutgers or Seton Hall or Florida or whatever school you choose, make sure you graduate at the next level. Remember that. You got to. You had to. It's imperative. And then, when you do what you do, don't forget from where you came. Don't forget from where you came. Somebody told me a long time ago, Reg, you know what your problem is? You love Orange too much. No. I know what Orange was, and I know I'm going to do whatever I can because I had a lot of men that helped me. A lot of men helped me. But before I leave, I know my fellas know this movie. Have y'all saw the movie Born Identity? Y'all saw all those movies with Matt Damon? Hello, anybody raise your hand? You heard of the movie Born Identity? Good movies, that's a man's movie, you know me like that. So, I was listening to an interview with Matt Damon, and it hit me. Wow, that make a lot of sense. Matt Damon said, I'm an actor. I really can't fight. I really can't speak all these languages, but I have to look the part. So he said the first thing they taught me was not how to do karate or how to box. The first thing they taught Matt Damon was he had to learn how to walk purposefully. And having a purposeful walk, you erect, you're upright. And I was listening to the interview, he said, not only did they teach him how to fight like a champion, they taught him how to walk like a champion. And I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. I said, I'm stealing. Okay, Matt Damon, cool. That's why I'm giving him credit. So when I come back, when I talk to young men, I don't like seeing a young man walking with his pants down. Young ladies, you gotta tell them, don't even come in my face. Trust me, he'll pull them up. I don't like this one. You gotta have a purposeful walk. And if you see the movie, Matt Damon don't wear a mask. Jason Bourne, he's not wearing a mask. He's not putting on shades. He's downtown. He at the train station like this, walking, purposeful, on a mission. Imagine if y'all came to school like that, fellas. Imagine you walked in first block. Hey, what's up, Mr. Moore? How you doing today? It makes, but teachers know when you come in. They know when you come in like this at 7:30, wiping your eyes. So we have to have a purposeful walk in what we do. It's not hard. But you have to put it in your own mind to make that happen. Trust me, I can go on and on. I can't. I'm here. I appreciate y'all. I got family here. Sister Price in the back. I know you're married. I know you're loud. Put the hand. I appreciate you, Brother Paul, and my other family. Yeah. That was one of my mentors right there. Mr. Paul was on my block. He saw me when I was 4 or 5 years old, cutting up, 7 years old. Saw him at the gym not long ago. He said, "No, I want to come. I want to hear you." And I appreciate seeing him. Trust me. So, fellas, if you don't have a mentor, somebody, or a man, or somebody in your cipher, find one at the school. Find a man in your community. Just ask him, how did you get to where you are today? And if you are doing well at bourgeoisie, we need you to open up your soul, your mind. Hey, let me take this brother out of my way. It can happen. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.